We are unmuted.
We can be heard.
I don't know. I want my opinion to be. Today's episode brought to you by something H. Makes your butt not itch.
Today's
Something
stream
H.
brought to you by Popcorn and Weed.
Also,
Yeah.
I'm drawing all the cover art for the streams. Oh, I forgot to set the
It's cute.
whatever.
The what?
I forgot to set this image as the image that YouTube will have as the thumbnail.
Yes, you did.
Oh
So
well.
it's that.
I mean, after I'm done streaming, it'll change to just part of the stream. Can I mess with that?
Oh, you're using OBS. That's what I use at church.
Yeah, OBS is easy. Yeah. Oh well. I might figure out how to change it later. Probably won't. Anyway, people ready?
No. Don't still stuff.
I'm ready. Who's ready? What am I supposed to be doing?
Nothing. It's starting with DJ and I. Rose, stroke journals while muttering, "My precious." You would only resort to such an embarrassing activity while no one was watching. These journals are for your eyes only. Rose, get violin. You capture log the violin, storing it in your root card of your Sylladex. Rose, play a haunting refrain on the violin.
She's really cracked her syllabus.
Yeah. You waste approximately 40 seconds playing the violin while your friend is in peril. Nice time management skills there, sweetheart.
Amazing. When did you download this?
John, tell Liv Tyler you love her before impact. Since your good-for-nothing friend is obviously not going to bail you out this time, you issue words of parting fondness for dear sweet Liv. Oh, if only Affleck could have been the one to make the final sacrifice instead of her stubborn blue-collar salt-of-the-earth father. Then she would fall into your arms for consolation, and you would be the one to make the deceased Bill Willis proud. Rose, capture log knitting supply bag. You get the knitting bag. It occupies the left card under your violin for the tree modus's alphabetical sorting system. K is less than V. Rose, look out window. Salute.
It's a sneezing storm! Don't look out the window!
We're already lost. It's too late.
Your panoramic window offers a view of your yard below. Salute. And the mausoleum. Salute. Housing your dead cat, Jaspers, who died when you were young. Your mom had the structure erected with a spirit of scornful irony in the response to your youthful innocent request to hold a funeral for the animal. At least that is how you have come to interpret the gesture in retrospect. You can also make out a silhouette of the laboratory next door, a facility which likely broadcasts a strong wireless internet signal. You may be able to connect to the signal from a different part of your house, perhaps if you seek higher ground. Rose, get laptop. You take your laptop and make the journey throughout the house. L is less than V, L is greater than K. This places the tree this causes the tree to be unbalanced, so your Sylladex auto-balances itself. Now your laptop occupies the root card, while the two other items compromise the leaves. Because isn't that helpful? Rose, examine book on desk. Book is absolutely indecipherable indispensable for enthusiasts
For enthusiasts of your ilk.
of which there are very few. Rose, take book. You take the grimoire. G is less than L, G is less than K. Rose, explore the house. You leave your bedroom. Hanging in next to your door in the hallway is a painting of an exquisite wizard. Your mother collects these awful things ironically. She must know how much you detest them, and there is no doubt in your mind she stores these dreadful things in the house to bother you. Down the hall, to the right, is the way to the observatory. Perhaps you will be able to connect from up there. Your mother's room is also in that direction. You'll have to watch your step. Rose, tiptoes to observatory. You approach a juncture in the hallway. Beyond the juncture is the observatory. Rose, sneak by. The door leading up to the observatory. This is the door leading up to the observatory. You haven't ventured up there in quite some time. Rose, go through a door. The door opens to an exterior walkway leading to the observatory entrance. It's less inclement weather than before. You've seen less inclement weather before. Oh, the things you'll do to help out a friend. Rose, hurry up to that observatory. Try to connect. You first pull your laptop down to the floor to get it situated. But removing it from the root card causes all the branches and leaves to be severed. Your items are dumped unceremoniously on the floor. Rose, see what you can observe. You're in a hurry, sure, but that doesn't mean you can't take a moment to peek through the huge telescope.
3 meteors.
You find a gap in the clouds. It seems a flurry of small meteoroids is streaking steadily overhead. You're not sure what that means, but it is somewhat disconcerting. Rose, stack laptop on grimoire to maximize elevation. You'll need every advantage you can get. Rose, access laboratory Wi-Fi network. There are several signals being broadcast from the laboratory. Each is relatively decent, though. One of them is mysteriously and quite conveniently unsecured, requiring no password. You select the signal and reconnect to the game with John.
Yay, he might not die.
Okay, now Mayberry, you need to come over here. It's reading time. To this comic?
No, not you. To me? No, this. That's what I was meaning. No, I was meaning so you could go do that.
Where am I? Who am I again?
You're EB, ectobiologist.
I'm back.
What? Hurry up. What? Huh? What? I'm EB? Hurry up. Open my door. Not that it even matters. I think I'm probably dead no matter what.
Patience. You still haven't used the new totem.
Uh-huh.
I believe it will create the item on the punch card.
So, what is it? Like an apple or something? What good will that even do?
We'll see. I found no evidence that anyone has successfully created the item. And the content of the card appears to be valuable or variable from session to session. In one instance, it was described as an eggy-looking thing.
Do we have enough of those building jewels to make it? Oh, I remember those things.
What are we according to?
But according to
That
the
butt did things.
Athenium,
According to the Athenium, it's a free item. This speaks to its importance, in my view. Now off you go.
Rose, remove door from hinges. There goes the rest of your build, Grist. Rose, put bathtub back.
Oh, we're fixing
You
things?
probably should have done this in the first place.
We're fixing things?
John, take Totem to Alchemiter.
The
I
alchemitor?
was just sitting there. Not in the floor.
Got to get those stupid blocks out of the way first. The Colonel Sprite is getting awfully worked up about all this. Rose, remove blocks. You stored the perfectly generic cubes in your Fernalia registry, potentially to be developed at a later time. John, take bite of apple.
Whoa. Whoa. What is this? What's happening?
That's the meteor that's
dead.
coming down on them, don't you remember?
Oh, okay. So we knew about this. It's cool.
Yeah, John is like, I'm running out of time and there's a meteor heading for me.
Oh.
And I have an apple!
It's still coming at me. Time to kill. Armageddon. I don't know what that was. Well, you better eat that apple. Did you? How is the apple? Nope.
Oh well.
We did it in time.
Dead.
Well,
End of Act 1.
Years in the future, but not many.
A few years in the future.
A wayward vagabond records a stuttering step in the sun-bleached desert.
bless the maker and his passing.
Here's some images of the wayward vagabond. Just some extra information. Yes, that's the guy I drew.
Yeah. Just be just for a bit.
Act 2.
Yell at me if you need me.
Spurb Walkthrough, version 1.0, April 13th, 2009, by Tentacle Therapist. Table of contents. That's a lot of words.
Caveats and condolences. Walkthrough incomplete. Caveats and condolences.
Here, you're the one who wrote, your character wrote this, you have to read it.
Oh god. Me.
What? Okay, 1 second. Oh, that's the desktop audio. We don't need to blast that. There, now we should be much louder.
Testing, testing.
Ooh. Okay. Is this good? It's taking a moment. Cool.
I'd be inclined to dispense with the I'd be inclined to dispense with the trite even under less pressing circumstances. Needless to say, I'll forgo the inscrutable ASCII banner, which typically heralds the striking freefall of these documents. I'll also resist the urge to brandish any copyright marks or the particular neurosis that concerns itself with the theft of the utterly mundane. I'll allow other deranged prospectors to strike claims on their worthless plots as the worlds burn around them. My introduction will be sparse. There will be no majestic prose, blustering into the sails of a galleon as we embark on this voyage together. Nor will there be any ham-festered prose whipping its limbs under a bedsheet like a retarded ghost, for that matter. I won't set the stage, dim the lights. The mood, you will see, will be set soon enough. Since you are reading this, chances are you have installed this game on your computer already. If that is true, like many others, you have already participated in bringing about the end of the world. Don't beat yourself up about it. There's never anything you could have done to prevent it. The end is happening right now, as I type, as you read. I have come to understand that we were always doomed for our collective ignorance, and now further doomed by those few who know and struggle to flee. If you are lucky, you'll be among the smaller, on the smaller subject of the ladder, who are successful. What I mean is, well, the game you've installed is just one more grinding slab of rock sealing our planet's crypt. It is also your only hope to live. I'm persistently faced with the same conundrum as you, and though I speak with much more experience, my own outcome is far from assured. I will play the game, as much of it as there is to play, and record my findings. If you want to live, you will do as I instruct. My condolences, TT.
John took a bite of the apple.
Uh-oh.
And the outside is gone.
Are we alive again?
You're the ones who assumed he died.
I mean...
Just because the world ended doesn't mean we die.
Okay.
Where's
But,
Dad?
there was a meteor that literally, like, landed right on top of him. So, like, how?
Because he bit the apple.
The apple of protection? What is this?
It's where he is now.
The tower.
The kernel divides the two halves. The kernel divides. The two halves go their separate ways, leaving behind the sprite portion. That was the kernel dividing.
The kernel divided. Good one, Colonel Sanders. Wait, what kind of kernel? Like kernel, like internal being? Like...
Okay, who wants to have a new character?
Okay, what's up? I can't read.
Okay, this character doesn't have any text boxes. It's the one who says boy.
Boy!
No!
No!
No! Okay.
Boy!
This is a young... Actually, young is very relative for the species. This is a male who loves democracy and hates kings and queens and all that.
Boy!
Much better.
Boy!
Okay, that you'll get that, but what is left of the sprite undergoes a mysterious transformation. For a moment, you thought you heard someone say "boy" as if it whispered in the periphery of your awareness. It was probably just your imagination, though.
You there, boy?
Oh, hey! Free will.
You know?
Free will. People can do things.
Oh, you wanna do something?
This large platform.
It's their line.
Just a large station.
Platform.
Platform. Good grief. What is this?
Got free will, guys. I clicked forward.
Look at thing. What's
Get
that?
him in!
Where do we go? Peek over the
Peek over the railing! Sorry, I can't see from this far away.
Okay,
I didn't
someone-
realize. DJ, would you mind moving? 'Cause I can't
Getting
see.
close to the railing makes you a little nervous. It's a long way down.
You can do it. You can do it.
To walk around, use the mouse, arrow keys, or WASD keys. Click on the various objects to open command menus for them. Outstanding flash programming by person.
Walk. Walk.
You could use WASD.
No, no, no.
I'm gonna suggest using WASD. It's not cooperating.
You there, boy.
What?
Can we use the machinery?
No. Wanna try? No. Boy, open this door and walk through it. Open. Open this door and walk through it. Yay, we got through the door. And we still need to use mouse.
Well, it sounds like that was more than none.
What are you doing here? Proceed,
What
boy.
is down?
We have limited options.
What is down here? Proceed, boy. Down here?
Yeah, that's why. Keyboard and mouse, why are you not cooperating? Yeah, keyboard, why are you not cooperating? This boy, his name is John, you nincompoop.
John, do as I say!
Just came from there.
What? Go back out. Here, boy. Go. Oh, double click. No, go back. Open this.
Your dad's room is still locked.
Go in here now. Your plumbing up here is faulty. I'm bad at free will. Leave it once.
Oh, there's a computer.
Boy, it was John. Do as I say.
Can I move it?
Yeah.
No, go back.
Can I
And
unplug it?
do what?
That's the back. You could try the door there.
Boy, go in here. Observe this box.
The bunny is not in the box. I said the bunny is not in the box. Why couldn't the bunny be in the box?
Marvel at this adventure in outer space. Armed foes of the deceased? Is that John Cusack? Acquire this small Persian rug.
Yes, yes, yes. Acquire that version.
It's a towel, dumbass. It will probably come in handy for cleaning up the weird mess in your room. Not that it's a huge priority, though. You have a chum pestering you.
I know. Oops.
Savage. Ah. Fred Savage has a punchable face. Your ass. More like a talented young actor's face who you would want to hang out with if you got the chance. And also if he were not a fully grown man now. Anyway, the thought of monsters lurking in your house scares the shit out of you, which is why this movie is so awesome. But the fact that those monsters could also be your best friend is what makes it double awesome.
I'm ignoring the chum. Examine unpleasant fluid.
What is this stuff? Why are you ignoring the chum? Your chum could be helpful. What do you like boy who is John to do?
What is that?
Looks different now. After you bit the apple, your whole house seemed to be transported somewhere. Then the apple disappeared and the kernel sprite underwent a transformation. Aside from the change in appearance, the transformation doesn't seem to have relevant ramifications. And those commands would be...
Oh yeah. Obey my command, John boy. This funny man text, you should ignore it. What if we...
Just looking at the cover cracks you up. What a great book. Harry Anderson is your hero. And Mike Gavney's glowing treatment of the man does him every bit of justice. He'll have to give that another read soon.
This huge sewing machine, or what of what use is it?
The punch card seemed to contain the instructions for carving a totem of a certain shape. You guess maybe your punch cards will produce... Maybe your other punch cards will produce different shapes. It bears further exploration. I can use the normal mouse. I have a mouse pad.
I'm gonna do what I want. Investigate this device! Is that my old character?
No, that's his.
John, are you there?
It seems you are still connected to the internet. Rose is trying to get in touch with you. You will reply in a moment once you have fully assessed your situation.
Am I back?
Not
No.
yet. You need to fully assess your situation.
Assess myself. Uh-oh.
sewing machine.
What's it do? What do we sew?
We don't sew nothing.
We can play music. Is that what's happening at the moment? Do something.
Stop. Let me move. Stop, ghost. Annoying ghost.
Not even a ghost.
I don't care, just called it a ghost.
It's your kernel sprite.
I'm ignoring him. Go out of the room. Go out that door that is not a... Go down. Fine. Go. Alright. No! Keep moving! Why does this small man stand here? What is the meaning of this rubbish?
Is that what's left over from the
A
Harlequin?
small
doll?
dessert tray? Useless!
So. That's from the cake, right?
Leave this is absurd edifice and exit your house, boy.
Oh yeah. Hey friend, can we move that?
Use this reseal that opens there. No. immediately!
That's Grandma. No.
Jesus.
That would be disrespectful to your Nana. You just won't do it. Or not intentionally, at least.
Not again.
You consider that it is fortunate she is no longer around to witness this sorrow.
And there's less of
On the
it.
other hand, you would probably benefit from her elderly wisdom
Didn't
now.
we already use her in cake batter?
No.
We used her. I mean, I.
No lump of soot for future use, boy! You're not stopping me.
The stuff is really dirty and you don't want it. Besides, you have it in good authority that a significant portion of it is compromised of asbestos.
Because the magazines we burned to make up
We have these
instruments.
Any one of these would make a fine weapon. If only your striped specibus wasn't already allocated. Oh well.
Destroy these soldiers of merriment!
So loud. Oh my god.
It hardly seems worth it to go to the bother. You doubt you could get much of them in a garage sale even. Maybe a grubby palm of pennies and a kick in the nuts for the whole lot of them.
I will not be apologizing for the loudness, Dan.
This thing weighs a ton. You'd honestly be surprised if the game cursor could lift it, or at least not without a significant expense of grist. Of all the places for Rose to drop the infernal thing, more than ever you feel, what's the word you're looking for? Of course. House trapped. Not the compliment. You feel house trapped. In retrospect, it was pretty funny when your dad pied you like that. Gotcha'd again by the old man.
This way! Through the door like you would see in the Cowboy Saloons! Holy. Plunderers? Plunder chest!
Would you like to play a game?
Sniff vegetable!
Doesn't smell like anything.
What happened? We were hit by a meteorite and then we like keep standing on top
Is
of
this oil? You wonder what happened in here. Where's your dad?
We should
And
blow up.
Examine this smeared
That
substance.
blow up, that would be amazing.
What?
Examine this smeared substance.
All he did was make pie.
Cake.
I mean, I would feel so bad, but like, just blow up.
Peking boil of God!
Wherever your dad went, he seems to have left in a hurry. For all his absurdities you have to put it up with, you sure wish he were here right now.
Or that.
Sample powder uncooked dessert!
Back, ye miserable wench! Stay the cooking airborne particles of temptation!
Oh yeah,
Examine this artwork!
What?
don't they have a thing against Betty Crocker?
Yeah. Your dad was so proud when you drew this. He hung it up immediately and it stayed there forever since. It's stayed there ever since. That was 1 week ago.
This book is too big for a young stupid boy! Okay, fine. What?
Just, okay, fine.
Return to the room with the dead hag's remains. Should we use this now?
If only putting the lid back on the crux tritter would undo all it's done. Alas, Pandora's tube has been opened.
Tube is open.
Here, boy, here! This is a mess, boy!
You're so glad your dad wasn't watching when you did this. He never would have let you hear the end of it.
Inspect this merry band of performers!
Circus de Soleil once filed a restraining order against your father. You were never so embarrassed in your life.
Operate this instrument!
You play your favorite haunting refrain. You know, just Showtime haunting piano refrain.
Consume not!
You would, but you're not sure if this dark realm has any hospitals. Because you're allergic.
Read unpleasant literature!
Serious Jester magazine. For those for whom clowning around is serious business.
Disregard this nonsense! Disregard this nonsense! Stop laughing! Open this unsold boy!
You don't know the combination.
Seek the riches he gods below!
I don't know who this little ghost is, but I don't like him. You know?
I see treachery in him. Disregard this nonsense! This is a mess, boy! Yes, let me. Return to the room with the cross painting! Yes. Vile pain! What do we do now?
Go back up to the roof. Your door.
You told me to explore downstairs.
Yeah. There was something that I wanted to see if it happens now or later.
Go up the stairs.
We can just continue forward if you want.
No. I'm managing. This room?
This. Just, yeah, we've gone through.
Okay.
Oh, now the keyboard is working. It must just not have been fully connected earlier.
Does it actually work? It does!
It just must not have been fully connected earlier. Anyway.
Boy, quit all this scurrying around!
For the last time, this boy's name is John! You go back to your bedroom, tiptoeing around this weird, petroleum-based sludge.
Now don't respond to your
Okay, now it's time for you to read again, Mayberry. And DJ.
John, are you there?
John Stuck.
Tentacle therapist is now an idle chum.
Therapist. Tentacle therapist. You're calling? What's going on? Oh, I have. Look at all this dialogue. I'm so famous. Hey, yeah, I'm here. And not dead, I think.
I know. I've been watching you scramble through the house like a lunatic. You should have answered me sooner.
Oh, man, sorry. I was looking around for my dad and I can't find him anywhere. Have you seen him?
No, I'm sure he'll turn up. We have more important things to address right now.
Yeah, like, where am I?
I don't know that either, but I've determined your neighborhood was destroyed by the meteor. Wherever you were transported, it saved you from the impact. I've been reading reports in the news. Over the last few days, there have been many smaller meteor collisions with people's homes around the world. They seem to be getting bigger and bigger. Yours was the biggest they've identified so far.
Wow, okay. So then I guess this is all the game's doing then. The point is for us to save the world?
Perhaps.
Then we'd better get moving and figure this game out.
Yes, but wait. You should retrieve your PDA, yet again. It will help to keep tabs on each other while you investigate. I think I can get you closer to it if I can replenish our grist supply somewhat. There must be a way to recycle some that we've already used.
Okay.
I'll meet you out on the balcony.
Wait, Rose, one thing.
What?
You never even wished me a happy birthday. Hello?
I was working on something to send you, but I was running late with it. I didn't want you to think I believed meager well wishes alone would suffice for the occasion. That said, happy birthday, John.
Oh, jeez. That is silly. Anyway, thanks.
First, take the fabric item off the floor
Yes, it's all caps. The towel? Why? Oh well, you're the boss. You capture log the towel. What now?
Do as the purple text says to the balcony.
John makes his way to the balcony per your awkwardly worded request.
Wait, take that, the blue wobbly thing.
You whimsically decide to capture log the totem, which was used to create the apple tree earlier.
John, recycle the
Grist.
grist, as was
Dictated.
dictated by your cohort.
John cannot do anything with the grist as of this moment. That is up to the Spurb player.
I see.
Yes, that will suffice. Rosa deletes the perfectly generic cubes. 6 units of billed grist are restored to your grist cache. Rose expends the grist to drag a new plank from the balcony in the direction of the PDA.
John, run across precarious platform swiftly.
John isn't sure about that. It's a long way down.
Boy, is it make haste on the nerve.
John is very nervous about the idea, and the strident tone of your command is starting to make him a little upset.
Fine, proceed as your level of comfort dictates.
You cautiously walk within range of the PDA. Rose retrieves it.
Now take it.
You grab the PDA, launching one of the Harlequin figures into the night. You can kiss that one goodbye.
Serious business.
Just one arrow command will suffice, thanks. It looks like you're not the only one trying to locate your father after the disaster.
These boring men are uninteresting.
John, are you okay? You seem a bit tentative.
I'm fine, I guess. Since I got here, I feel compelled to do these weird things I don't really want to do by some kind of voice that I can't really even hear. I don't know. It is hard to explain.
Perhaps the early symptoms of an anxiety disorder, like post-traumatic stress?
Yeah, maybe. Who knows?
Well, if you can pull yourself together, there are a few more things we should try. Like prototyping the kernel sprite again? If possible. We should hurry. My laptop battery won't last forever.
Okay, I will go back inside.
No, don't do that! Hop off this ledge onto that car!
What? No, that sounds incredibly dangerous. Now you're just being a pest. With a turnip trunk, which turnip trunk did you just tumble out of anyway? Who are you?
Years in the future, but not many.
An unsealed tunnel welcomes hot desert air into the stagnant depths. This is.
It's the God Emperor's lair.
Boy. You there, boy.
Leto, are you down there?
Anyway, you get treated this.
Oh god.
It's getting you into character.
Upon connecting with the client user, you, the server, will be met with a control panel allowing you to manipulate your co-player's environment. You will find that you are allowed to display 4 items at no expense. 3 of these are rather large machines. One is a punch card. It's quite possible that you have already deployed some of these items before reading this. If that is the case, and you have activated a machine called the Cruxtruder, such that it displays a countdown, you must proceed to section A100 of this walkthrough immediately. The life of your client user depends on it, and if your co-player has activated this device in your environment too, then yours does as well. But if not, please refrain from doing anything with the Cruxtruder aside from merely deploying it. This will buy us some time to think through things properly and to go over the basics of the game before you find your soft, easily punctured head in the jaws of the lion. As mentioned, there are 4 items to consider. Each playing a role in a process which appears to have a singular purpose: to manufacture objects out of thin air. The designers of the game, judging by the language used, regard this process as a sort of alchemy. This may allude to the complexities in the production process yet to present themselves, but for now, the variety of objects you are able to create remains quite limited. The items in question are the Cruxtruder. Again, tread lightly with this one. The Totem Leaf, the Alchemeter, and the pre-punched card. I will describe how these devices work in conjunction with each one, and I will use the analogy of having a key made at a hardware store to help you understand. First, deploy all of these objects in convenient proximity to one another. Be sure not to block doors or pathways with them. You can always reverse these dimensions of rooms to make space for them. Revise, sorry. But I'd advise against this, or even experimenting with the function. Doing so comes at the expense of build grist, a commodity which appears to be at a premium at the onset, and one you'd be best advised to save for later. The Cruxtruder. Removing the lid signals the moment your life becomes a great whirling batshit pandemonium, somewhat resembling the chaos of an especially ethnic wedding. Somewhere, an uncle deliberately shatters china on the floor. Muddy livestock is decorated and then lost track of. The question, Whose mule is this at times can be heard over the den. This is now your reality. Aside from that, it marks the beginning of the process I am about to describe. The countdown begins. Yes. Also, an entity called the Kernel Sprite is released. Neither of these things are all that relevant to this process, to my knowledge. More on those things later. Bless you. What is relevant is that the unladen Cruxtruder's ability to dispense Cruxtrute dowels. It will dispense at least one, though I suspect it is capable. Cruxite dowels. It will produce at least one, though I suspect it is capable of producing more. Given parameters I'm not yet familiar with. In my key-making analogy, these dowels represent the uncarved pieces of metal which the hardware store employee retrieves from a drawer on a rack and sets about carving into a key. The two following items are needed to do the carving. The pre-punched card. It is a simple Silodax card containing an item. There is evidence to suggest the specific item it contains is variable session to session. The card I deployed contained the blue apple. Yours may be different. It shouldn't matter, hopefully. Additionally, the card, as you may guess, is punched, like one used with antique computing systems. The pattern of holes comprises data, which I believe corresponds to the instruments for creating the item the card contains. That it is a pre-punched card suggests there is a way to punch an unpunched card, possibly imprinting it with the data for the item it contains, though no mechanism for this has presented itself yet. But the data on the card cannot be used to create an item directly. There is a middleman. That middleman is the totem lathe. This is essentially the key carving machine. It will carve into your Cruxite dowel a pattern of grooves and contours, the sort of which makes a key unique. The instructions for this pattern are supplied by the punch card, which is inserted into the lathe pre-activation to configure its chisels. Once the dowel is carved, you have a totem serving as your key, which can then be used to unlock the card item through the alchemizer. Alchemizer? What did we decide it was called? But at this point, I will diverge from my key-making analogy and switch to a barcode analogy, which is not a strenuous leap to make, since the concepts of a key and a barcode are essentially the same, being one long pattern of grooves and the other varying black lines. The alchemizer. If you place a Cruxite dowel, carved or uncarved, onto the alchemizer's small pedestal, its robotic arm will scan the contours with a laser, hence the barcode analogy. This is the machine's way of reading the data originally imprinted from the card, and transfers that data into a physical object. Though typically this is not done without expense. I believe an uncarved dowel results in the creation of a perfectly generic object, which is a seemingly useless green cube. It costs 2 units of build grist to make, and I do not advise you to waste resources on it. There appears to be many other varieties of grist, obstinately used in combinations to create different sorts of objects, which possibly offer some insight into the game's use of the term alchemy. But quite conveniently, there is an exception to this. Creating the item on the pre-punched card costs nothing. This is good because creating this item turns out to be essential. Now that you know this, you can in your own time begin the process. Once you initiate it, there is no going back, so best to be prepared. But you probably shouldn't drag your feet too long. As I mentioned earlier, this is your only means of escape. When you're ready, be prepared to follow the steps in the next section swiftly.
In the distance, meteorites fall with yet greater frequency. The fire in the forest burns so hot, not even the rain is putting it out. Rose, check status of battery. The laptop battery is alright for now, but it won't be for long. If the power in the house doesn't come back on, you can think of one last resort. The small backup generator is stored behind the mausoleum. Rose, prototype Sprite with Betty Crocker box.
What?
What? Oh man, you're going to use that? That sucks. What a stupid idea.
We have to hurry along. I'm running low on battery power.
But the cake mix? That's so dumb.
I doubt it matters. We might as well just use any old crap lying around.
Fine, I guess.
The Sprite is playing hard to get. You guess that's what you get for originally prototyping it with something that engenders mischief and pranksterism.
Do the dotted vengeance instead! It looks delicious!
The potted vegetable.
Dotted vengeance.
Although the dotted vegetable sounds much more fun.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to treat that again. Do the dotted... Do the dotted vegetable instead! It looks delicious!
Pipe down, you! This is Rose's decision, not yours. Rose, put prototype Sprite with sassafras text.
Oh yeah, sweet! Now we're talking.
See if you can distract it. I'll try to sneak up on it.
Sean, lay about in a distracting manner!
The Sprite finds the distracting manner in which you flail about to be rather distracting. The pesky Sprite eludes you again. Not even the great Colonel himself can outfox it. It narrowly escaped missing with your attempt to create the Colonel Sprite. You drop the massive tome. The entire house rattles with the astonishing girth of the book. In the other room, Nana's ashes dump into the Sprite, which is caught unaware by the dowsing.
Hannah is back!
Inspect Hag Ash incident!
Hag Ash?
Oh no.
You find the sacred urn toppled again. This time, you're quite sure it wasn't your fault. The Sprite is nowhere to be found. Rose, examine Cruxtruder from doorway. Remove Cruxtruder from doorway.
Aw man, where did it go?
I can't find it anywhere in the house. No time to worry about it. The next thing we should do is get your server copy of the game from the car. You need to connect to my client, so I can repeat your steps and presumably join you wherever you are. We should do this quickly, before my house burns down.
What? There's a fire?
There will be soon.
Oh jeez! So move this thing already.
Looks like it requires a lot of grist to move. I don't have enough to relocate the door either.
How much do you have?
0.
Oh, I thought about jumping into the car from the ledge earlier, but that sounds really dangerous.
I have a better idea. Meet me upstairs.
Do again as purple words say!
You were about to head upstairs, but you thought you heard something behind you. It was faint, but you could swear it was a small, light-hearted chuckle, along the lines of a spirited "hoo hoo hoo."
Ignore this woman's antics!
Nana!
You're not sure you even saw a woman, let alone any of her hypothetical antics. But whatever it was you might have caught a glimpse of, it sure gave you the willies. You head upstairs on your way to the balcony. Your PDA is acting up again.
Indulge the device, but be curt with it!
As soon as he stops typing in caps, I will. Quieter.
Deal.
Oh, it's your other character.
Oh, cool. I'm saying this is his voice. Hey, bro, check it out. I'm working on some new rhythms.
Dude, I don't have time for your nerdy raps.
Come on, this is Hells of Ill. Just listen.
It sounds like you don't even believe me that I was about to get blown up. But I really was. But now, in some weird dimension, I'm in some weird dimension, that Burb sent me to or something. And now on top of that, I think I'm being haunted by my dead grandma.
Huh? For real?
Yeah, it's true. But I'll talk to you later about it.
I think I could drop some sick rhythms about all this.
Man, see, I just don't think all the rapping stuff is really as cool as you think it is.
No, this'll be dope. Check it out.
No, I gotta go. Bye.
Wait, I'm not reading all that. Sorry.
Hey, you signed up.
Okay, but I need to get closer then.
Okay.
Someone needs to move.
We're alright.
I broke the mic. Armageddon's getting way wagged on us, but I'm getting armed and dangerous, sending men in space for saving us. See which play is more courageous. Ben or Bruce dudes reach a truce, put their blow shoots to use and suck up it. Afflicted sacrifice would have to suffice. I'll fluck it. Bro be a stained glass saint up on a cross, getting a hella crisp, hella gruesome. Bruce's leg off of that crucifix, enough of this freaking saver fuss. Restrained this ace per McLean redux while Bussimus remained dangerous when I plan gone astray pays off a wasted Cratras ashtray Creighton to layers of Matt McCain's vague remainder dust. Wait, Matt McConaughey wasn't even in any of those Meteor movies, was he? I'll have to make a rap about that. I don't know. Morgan Freeman or something. Being the president. It'll be called Obama Made It So That No One Gives a Heck About Black Presidents in Movies Anymore. See, you've got to fill me in on what's going on, so I have something to rap about besides all your stupid movies. Enough strange poetry from the right text!
You head out to the balcony to find out what Rose has in mind. She is messaging you again.
The purple text is less irrational than the red text.
I'm lifting the car up to the balcony.
Whoa, okay.
Once it is up, retrieve the game. Then I'll put it back down on the driveway.
But the door is locked.
Then break a window.
But it's my dad's car.
It's just a window, and this is sort of an emergency. Otherwise, I promise I'll handle the car with velvet gloves.
Alright.
Rose, pick up car.
Will it hold the thing, or I'm just like,
Connection lost.
That's so fitting. I mean, I am portraying Rose. It is fitting that my character just drives off a cliff.
Drops the car off a cliff, but
Tomato, tomato.
Potato vodka.
Ridiculous folly! Inexcusable!
you're inclined to agree. But hey, accidents happen. You double check your PDA to make sure Rose is really gone. Indeed, this seems to be the case. TG is still pestering you, of course, but another chum is now logged in as well.
What color are the words that this chum says?
Jared. Coy the cat.
Poor Coy.
He's gotten so
Poor baby Coy.
Koi keeps the chair. No, it's his chair now.
You've lost your chair.
Yeah, probably. Alright. So,
You're green.
yeah. I gotta figure out a way to sit here and read this as well.
You should know 5 people are at one table.
I'm back.
Oh, hi.
I went to investigate. Oh, yeah, I went to investigate the explosion I heard.
What was green text person again?
He's got his voice remembered.
Okay.
Say, was it by any chance a meteor?
Yes. How did you know?
Oh man, it's kind of a long story. Anyway, are you okay? Did it blow up your yard or start a fire or anything?
No, I'm fine. It landed pretty good ways from my house, and I went to look at it. And it's pretty big, but because it doesn't
But Beck.
but Beck doesn't want me to go near it, so I came home. He seems to think it's dangerous.
Gosh, he's probably right.
Anyway, what have you been up to, John? Oh, did you get my package yet?
Yeah, I was trying to get it, but Rose dropped my car into a weird, spooky, bottomless pit, and the package was in the car, and I'm really sorry about that.
Oh no.
Wow, okay, I guess I should start at the beginning. See, a meteor blew up my neighborhood,
That's terrible, John. I'm so sorry.
but I'm okay. And my house is too, sort of. The game I was telling you about, Burb, which I was playing with Rose, sort of transported me somewhere at the last minute, but now I'm trapped here, and it's weird and dark, and I can't find my dad, and I lost the car and my copy of the game in the pit, and I think I have to save the world from the apocalypse.
Oh, well, sounds really crazy and kind of scary, but it sounds kind of exciting. I don't know, John. Maybe this is your destiny. If anyone can save the world, I think it's probably you.
Wow, you think so?
Yes.
Well, okay, but it's not even that simple. I was about to connect to Rose to help transport her and save her from a meteor and fire and stuff, but she lost battery power and I lost the game disc. So I think I have to get TG to use his copy to save her. But I think Jackass won't shut up and stop rapping and stuff.
He is so silly.
Yeah, anyway, I should talk to him about it, so BRB.
The green text was attractive! Now view the red text again!
You got your other character again.
Blind person needs room. When the film crew zooms where the president at, I'm like, if that dude's black, I'll eat my hat. Turns out he is. So we're all damn. Director's got gumption. Like we'll all flip out our heck. He ain't shining shoes or something. It's called emancipation. If it's not pre-selection, it's God's ascension in Bruce Almighty. Whoops, different Bruce from the one I just mentioned.
Ugh.
Can't explain to me why this ain't condescension to think ill heck a brick. Not even he can convey the intention with his quick spun wit. Rather defray all his this tension, sit on his lap while he whittles a splint, and some guy eyes what he does and patronizes. I guess neurogrosity the mother of invention.
Stop rapping for a second, you horse's ass. I have something important to talk about.
What's up?
Rose is in trouble and she needs help. I was going to connect to her with Spurb, but I lost my copy.
Okay.
Also, she lost battery power. If she can get back up and running, she'll need someone with the game to get her out of there before her house burns down. So I think you should use your copy of the game to help her.
My copy? That's gonna be tough.
Why?
I lost it. It's a stupid story, and I'd rather not talk about it. It could be embarrassing, yo.
I thought you said you had two.
Well, yeah. One is my brother's copy.
Okay, we'll get his then.
Alright, but he's not gonna be happy about that.
Whatever. Also, you might want to read Rose's walkthrough to get up to speed on this.
Oh, man.
What?
Nothing really. Look, all I'm saying is that girl tends to lay it on kinda thick, you know?
Roll my eyes.
Your laptop is out of battery power. There's only one thing left to do. Time to make your way to the backup generator. Rose, knit laptop cozy to shield your laptop from the rain.
She knitted on that koozie. She knit on that.
That would be such a waste of time. Besides, you already knitted one a while ago. You retrieve it from your knitting bag and apply it to your laptop. You capture log the laptop plus cozy. Rose, equip Grimoire to Strife Specibus. That would be incredibly ill-advised. There are some dark forces you just don't want to mess around with. You understand this better than most. You put the book down. Rose, recapture log your items. You grab the knitting bag and the grimoire in that order. It's always a logical puzzle with your tree modus. The tree auto-balances, leaving the knitting bag accessible to the root in the root card. Rose, allocate knitting needles to Strife Specibus. You feel a lot more comfortable with this as a weapon. You're so handy with those needles, you feel like you could probably use them to fillet a swordfish. You lose the root card in the process, severing the tree. Hey, careful with all that stuff. Rose, knit plush cuddle Cthulhu to soothe nerves. You would also that would also be a preposterous waste of time. Besides, you're quite sure you've never heard of this creature called Cthulhu before. There are, however, other specimens of the zoologically dubious you're familiar with, such as... Rose, consult Grimoire. Cthulhu! Cthulhu, foul patron of misery. You hear his mammoth belly gurgle to know his mammoth belly gurgle is to know the epic of joy has come to an abrupt end. Nurabiglith. The Nurabiglith, Shambeast, king of grotesquerie, writhe lord of the moist beyondhood, hearing his monstrous, melodious chirps and tongue clicks causes one's bones to explode.
Amazing.
Ogloth. And of course there's Ogloth, the deep one. Whenever he grinds his teeth, all the children in a random galaxy somewhere will frown continuously for 9,000-year span. He is the first and smallest of the small gods, appointed in servitude of a vile, unfathomable pantheon of middling gods, which caters to the whims of the noble circle of horror terrors, an omniscient, omnipotent order of the elite few, forever cloaked in the darkness of the furthest ring. And then there's this strange page containing some rather mysterious notes on summoning procedures. You've never been quite sure what those diagrams are getting at.
Oh goodness, that's hilarious.
What does it look like to you?
So I see multiple types of windows. There's stained glass window.
And there's a plug-in as
Yeah.
well. Anyway,
Plug
This-
in your window.
this
Probably
Is
to
this solar
for
powered
heated
demons?
heated window.
this isn't gonna make sense to you for a while.
What if it's like something to do with being electrocuted and that causes some portal to open?
I mean, you're closer.
Anyway.
Rhodes, take items and proceed downstairs. You recaptulog everything the way you want it to appear in the tree and head downstairs. You figure that's enough dilly-dallying. Time to get a move on. You wonder if this rain will ever let up. It's driven us since the month began, perhaps long enough to forget its purpose. It no longer even knows to assuage fires. Somewhere a zealous god threatens these strings threads these strings between the clouds and the earth, preparing for a symphony it fears impossible to play. And so it threads on, delaying the rays of the conductor's baton. How you hate this season. April is the cruelest month, breeding lilacs out of the dead land, mixing memory and desire, stirring dull roots with spring rain. American sports legend Charles Barkley. Rose, confront mother in hall. Surely your mother is lurking in nearby. She should be prepared for you should be prepared for an unpleasant encounter. Confront what? There's a pretty cool dude, okay? He's standing around being all chill, like cool dudes are known to do sometimes. A cool dude like this probably has a real cool name, but he probably wouldn't just tell you what it is if you asked. He'd be way too busy for that. Busy being totally sweet. But you should always try and guess it. You could always try and guess his name. If you're right, he might nod ever so slightly. That's a cool dude way of letting you know there might just be hope for you yet. Enter name. The guy doesn't have time for this sort of bullshit. Try again. Dave Strider. Examine room. Your name is Dave. It is an unseasonably warm April day. Your bedroom window is open to let some air in, and your fan is cranked arbitrarily. Even more cranked would be your fly beats, which brings us to your variety of interests. A cool dude like you is sure to have plenty. You have a penchant for spinning out unbelievably ill jams with your turntables and mixing gear. You like to rave about bands no one's ever heard of but you. You collect weird dead things preserved in various ways. You are an amateur photographer and operate your own makeshift darkroom. You maintain a number of ironically humorous blogs, websites, and social networking profiles. And if the inspiration strikes, you won't hesitate to drop some fat rhymes on a mofo and represent. What will you do? Dave. Dave, quickly retrieve arms from cinder blocks. You cannot die in the trash.
Eat a disc.
He won't do that either.
Whatever. Arms.
Nah. Dave, get the damn bed and save your friend's life. This notion strikes you as nonsensical. You can't imagine how a video game could save someone's life, and in any case, you're quite sure no one you know is in any danger. Anyway, there are some copies of the beta you received in the mail. Recently, you've labeled them with your name in bold red print to distinguish them from your bro's copies. We labeled his in kind. Neither of you really gives a shit about this game or has any intention of playing it, but you'll be damned if you'll let that get in the way of your campaign of one-upsmanship. Dave, bleat like a goat and piss on your turntable. You would never consider allowing any fluid even remotely resembling urine to touch at your beloved turntables. You would risk breaking them, and a world without the gift of your godly science just doesn't sound like a place you want any part of.
Eat your head out of your butt.
While you're at it, you might as well wipe the human civilization with a meteor or something ridiculous like that, which will probably never happen. That sort of thing only happens in stupid idiot movies for stupid idiots.
I'm reading him in the Chaotic Boy.
You will, however, contemplate bleeding like a goat for ironically humorous purposes at a later date. Dave, examine closet. In your closet, this is your closet. This is where you keep a lot of your crap. Like that box and that bottle of... What is that? Is that... John. Or Dave, check the blue box. This is the package that your friend John Egbert sent you for your 13th birthday a little while ago. It now contains nothing except a note and a certificate of authenticity vouching for the genuine Hollywood memorabilia which the box originally contained, and which you are now wearing to be ironic, but also to be incredibly cool in a way somewhat intangibly related to the ironic nature of the accessory. You find it sort of exacerbating to explain these subtleties to people. The box also included a signed photo of Ben Stiller, which now proudly hangs above your closet, proudly and ironically. Dave, take box. You capture log the box through your hash map fetch modus. Your modus current hash function revolves around index by valuing each consonant as 2 and each vowel as 1. The total is divided by your number of cards, and the remainder is the index. Box. 2 plus 1 plus 2 equals 5. 5 down to below 10 is 5. The box is capture logged in card 5. John, examine jar of unknown yellow substance in the closet. Oh, hell yes, this is an unopened container of apple juice. You thought you were all out. It's like fucking Christmas up in here. This is so great. You've got to tell John about this immediately. He'll be so excited.
No!
Damn, Jake Juice. You capture log the juice car into card 7. 2 plus 1 plus 1 plus 2 plus 1. Down any 10s equals 7. Dave, access Pester Chum and Pester John. In addition to letting your buddy know about this outstanding juice windfall, you figure you'll wish him a happy birthday while you're at it. You're in your own cool sort of roundabout way, of course.
Is this the past?
Good
Okay,
thing
good.
you looked at that box he sent you, or you might have forgotten. You also might as well ask him about that beta. The kid's been harping about it for weeks. It would be cool if it came out on his birthday. He'd be one happy camper. Folders are ill beats, complete bullshit. Festus. Pesterchum, get out of the way. It's Pesterchum and Dope Rhymes, so dope. And then here is a conversation.
Didn't we already read this?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we don't need to read it again?
No. Dave, go online and view sites indicative of your interests.
Game Room.
Hephaestus web browser, because that's a normal name.
Yep.
You open the Hephaestus web browser and direct it to your ironically maintained blog, where you post monthly satirical reviews of Game Bro magazine. The latest post is a view of the March issue. You've been meaning to write a review for the latest issue too, but you've been sort of dodging it. Something about the game they're reviewing just doesn't strike you as right for satirical purposes. In a new tab, you open another one of your sites, a webcomic ironically maintained through a satirical cipher, vaguely similar to that of your blog. It's called Sweet Bro and Hella Jeff.
That looks so crazy.
You have legions of devoted fans, most of whom are totally convinced of your creative persona's sincerity, which is just how you like it. Just, you can read the whole comic if you want.
No.
Yeah.
We can do that later if we want.
Another time.
Dave, check out the latest page of the Midnight Crew. You figure as long as you're chilling at your computer, you might as well see how the new
Last year.
MSPA story is going. You haven't looked at it in a while. MSPA is Microsoft Paint Adventure. Midnight Crew. You are a member of a sinister gang called the Midnight Crew. Your nefarious plots are serpentine in complexity. Your schemes convoluted. You are planning a heist in your underground hideout. What will you do?
Eat.
Use Occam's razor to plans and schemes. Spade Slick uses Occam's razor to carve a circular hole into the heist plans, freeing it from the knife. You wonder what moron would jam the knife so hard into the table in the first place. Spade Slick, climb ladder and exit hideout. Implement nefarious plots.
This looks like the dad.
You push against the manhole cover, but it seems some unbelievable jackass has parked your getaway van on top of it. A familiar feeling stirs. That feeling is overwhelming, soul-blackening rage. It's the sort of rage they'll make a man feel totally justified in sporting an unnecessarily elaborate assortment of fancy blades. Dave, skip ahead 100 pages or so.
Bam, 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 bam.
You don't remember where you last left off, so you jump way ahead. You always forget to save your place in this story. It looks like tempers have become short in the pressure cooker already. You speculated that the tipping point may have been an ill-advised motion for a game of 52 pickup. Dave, save your place. Read it later. Even though the adventure began recently, it's already over 3,000 pages long. You just don't have the time for that bullshit. You'll catch up later. Besides, it looks like someone's pestering you. You're pretty sure you know who it is. Dave, answer Chum.
In some cultures, the persistent refusal of a lady's invitation to play a game with her would be a sign of wanton disrespect. Either that or flagrant homosexuality.
What? Oh no, no, look. I'm busy, okay? I've got a lot of stuff on my plate, and I am sort of a big deal, okay?
I know. Sometimes I wonder how you are ever allowed to pay for meals in restaurants. It must be hard to keep a low profile when you're always overhearing awed voices whisper, "It's that guy who has a blog."
Seriously, dudes be worshipping me left and right. I can't hardly walk down the street without stepping over torsos of the
Straight.
prostrate.
Navigating the urban landscape, I'm sure, is difficult enough without an obstacle of the differential flesh and skyward asses. Perhaps adapting the art of parkour to your unique environment would help.
Yeah, I mean, dang. Like, there's this scruffy little guy at my feet. He's an orphan or something, I don't know. Face flush on the pavement. I'm like, dude, you listening for a stampede or a buffalo or something? He braves a look at me, then gives my shoes a little kiss and scurries the heck off.
Heavy is the crown.
Yeah, no kidding, Oliver. Twist in the freaking face every day is my gift to the world, I guess.
Bonnie? Magnanimity?
Yeah.
Breathtaking magnanimity.
Among other things, I just give and freaking give.
Indeed. Nary a jewel tumbles from your wish box of daily exploits, which I imagine does not sparkle.
Oh, for frick's sake, you're just lobbying for me to play that dumb game. You're...
Baseless accusation.
Look, I'm telling you, Egbert is all about that game. He will play it with you and probably be tickled about it.
I notice very well. I cannot hasten his mail's delivery, however.
Yeah, I'll hassle him some more about it. Look, how about this? If you ever find yourself in the position where your life depends on me playing that piece of a heck game, then I'll play. Will that make you happy?
More than you know. It mollifies my grief over the demise of chivalry.
Sean, what are you doing? Stop doing nothing!
Meanwhile, in the present, in a place where the present may be a concept of dubious merit, John is spacing out, but a vague and forceful thought jolts him to attention. Or maybe it was that bumping sound coming from the other side of the door. What is that?
I'm gonna interject for 1 second. Doesn't have to be immediately, but I did get up to be to work by 8, so I'm gonna fall asleep on you guys fairly soon.
Okay.
So, like, maybe we sort of look for a stopping point.
Let me do a quick look through.
Yeah, I want it,
for a stopping place.
I want it to be a good rest. I just
Yeah.
was like saying if there is one, we shouldn't go past it.
A thick, unpleasant fluid pools beneath the door.
Troubling? Investigate this?
There is a trail of this fluid in the hall leading to your room. I need to...
Dave, play some hauntingly sick beats. You've had enough of the computer for a while. You feel like if
If you
you...
can wait 50 pages, there'll be a decent stopping place. Or we could just stop here.
How long is 50 pages?
Well, we've gone through 117 pages already.
Today or like
Today. It depends on the page length. Some pages, like the interactive pages, are longer, some are shorter. And it all depends on how quickly we read. So, we could just pause here.
Let's just pause here, actually, if that works.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you all for joining us. We hope you've had a good time. And, that is all, folks. Have a good night.
Sorry to cut us short.
Have a good time zone.